Welcome back to Duel the Debates. We're going to have Cameron and Ben punch each other.
Yep.
And have them yell at each other and make each other cry.
Yeah.
I'm Danny. And Dan is switching.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Ben.
That was perfect.
You did the exact opposite. Okay. Awesome.
Let the viewers decide.
Today, well, last week we had a very wonderful debate between you two about Spielberg and Luca Guadagnino. Now this week, we have another question that we are posing to you fine folks. And the question is, I need to pull it up here. The next big Hollywood actor. That is somebody, well, or actress, by the way. You guys both picked actors,
Yep.
but we were including actresses in the pool. And this is somebody who isn't like like a young star right now, like Timothée Chalamet comes to mind, but
Right.
he's already a certified big Hollywood actor. So that is something we're going to be looking at, and I imagine would be a pretty good argument against a couple of these, or between these two. So without further ado, let's get your picks.
I say Josh O'Connor.
By no means a good photographer, so I don't really know too much about it. I'm pretty sure there's all sorts of bits on here that I don't really understand.
And I say Drew Starkey.
I haven't tried ayahuasca. I'm interested. Ayahuasca seems like, that's top dog.
All right. With that in mind, let's get to it. And we are back with the rules. Let me get into the rules for these awesome fighters that we have.
Yeah.
I had to take a sip of coffee first. The objective is to convince the judge why your pick for the question is correct and the other fighters' picks are wrong. The arguments need to be objective with reasoning behind why you chose your answer. You can't just say, yo, I like that movie because in second grade I was like totally cool with this dude. That is...
What dude?
Yeah, I was cool with Josh O'Connor in second grade.
Yeah. Me and that guy, we had our own like secret handshake and everything.
Hell yeah, bro.
Josh, my
Oh,
boy.
I figured out who... actually, I don't have him. I figured out who Josh O'Connor reminds me of.
Okay.
Hold on. Callum Turner.
Oh my God. Literally last night I was talking with one of our colleagues. This person told me, oh yeah, so-and-so. I'm like, no, Josh O'Connor. And like they were saying like, oh, he's in so-and-so. She was talking about Callum Turner.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Callum
That's the
Turner-
second time.
He's got like the same facial structure as Josh O'Connor, but Josh O'Connor just has more of an everyman look to him,
Yeah.
and Callum Turner looks like
Chiseled.
I was made in a lab in Hollywood.
They're
Like,
all related anyway.
we have civility. Although we can be passionate, there's going to be no sincere attacks on people's characters. We're all friends here except for Dan, and I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, I know.
Objectivity. When deciding the winner, the decision must be made based on the arguments presented in the debate. I can't just be like, hey, that's a really cool shirt you got on, Cameron.
Thank you.
I pick you.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's very, it fits the show. It's like it with the lighting.
Yeah. Well, Ben and I have the inverse. I've
you guys
got
are
yellow
bees.
with a little bit of black, and then Ben has black with a little bit of yellow.
Yeah.
Doing the beehive today.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are sworn enemies.
Swarm enemies.
That's it. You win. Opening
I didn't even
arguments.
have to make my argument.
Opening arguments, rebuttals, and closing arguments, all 1 minute per fighter. And the free-for-all section will be stopped at my discretion. All right, let's get into it. I think we already did the intro, though.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, let me get my notes all figured out. Here.
Man, the ADHD really kicked in.
Yeah, I'm having coffee, too. We started with Cameron last time. Let's go with Ben this time.
All right. My pick was Drew Starkey. People might know him from Queer. He played Allerton, who was like the love interest to Daniel Craig. But that's pretty much the only thing he's been in so far that's been big. So I'm kind of reading the tea leaves here. His upcoming projects, he's going to be the lead in the next movie by Sean Durkin, who directed Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw!
It was a big movie, very popular. And I'll wait until a little later to get into what it's about because I only have 30 seconds. But he's also going to be the lead in the next Jeff Nichols movie of Bike Riders fame, which is going to be a horror movie, him with Margaret Qualley and Michael Shannon. He's going to be the lead in the next Karen Kusama movie, which is a music, I think, horror movie with Daisy Edgar Jones. Karen Kusama directed Jennifer's Body. And I think he's also going to have a minor
10
role
seconds.
in the next Adam Wingard movie. And he's going to be playing Anya Taylor-Joy's husband in an Apple TV show this summer. So he's booked and ready to go. Ready to blow up.
Clang.
All right.
Sorry for my outburst there. I love the Iron Claw.
Dance a big iron claw.
Well, just wait for the next one.
All right. And Cameron, you
Yes.
are on the clock. A good man.
Our young man, Josh O'Connor, 35, from Southampton, London, UK. Not London. Stupid. This is a gentleman who's been kind of, on the outskirts of Hollywood. He's been collecting filmmakers like Pokemon, and now I think we're starting to ride this wave, and it's about to crest this summer, which I'm very excited for. He was just recently on SNL in December of last year. But his next projects, they're going to really, I think, start to hit the
30 seconds.
mainstream because, he's been on the outskirts with stuff like The Mastermind, with Wake Up Dead Man. I mean, this year alone, he's had 4 feature films come out. 2024, he had 2. And before that, he's only kind of been on the outskirts with stuff like Cinderella, Florence Foster Jenkins, and Emma. So I'm really excited to see Josh O'Connor become the next big movie star in Hollywood.
All will be disclosed this summer. You should have said.
All will be disclosed this summer.
Yes. Okay. you have
I
5
thought of
seconds.
that.
Yeah.
Good work.
Josh O'Connor. Great boy. Great man.
Oh, I wanted to hear the thing. Okay. Oh, well.
Clang.
No.
Pong. Okay. Now let's get some rebuttals. Shit all over Josh Connor, Ben.
I'm not going to shit all over Josh Connor because I love him. But my big rebuttal is I think he's already a Hollywood star. You didn't mention the biggest one so far, or well, one of the biggest ones, because Challengers, which we talked about last week when we were wearing the same shirts as this week, was, I think, a very big deal. And that kind of made him, if not a household name, then like very close people, I think, recognize him and know who he is. And then just recently, he was pretty much the
30
second
seconds.
lead in Wake Up Dead Man, which is like the third Knives Out movie. Those movies are very popular. And they kind of cast according to who is like the biggest names, basically. And he got put all the way up at the top opposite Daniel Craig. And then, I mean, Disclosure Day, hype for that. But like, I feel like he's already a star. Is the
sorry.
10 seconds.
thing? Bless you.
Thank you.
Josh O'Connor, already a star. Love him,
Okay.
but sorry.
Interesting.
All right.
Clang.
Good argument. Actually, let me see the poster for Wake Up Dead Man.
Ah,
Because there's a thing about billing on. Okay, yeah, he's second billed.
second build.
Okay.
He's in the, I think, like, that was the position like Ed Norton was in. I
Yeah.
think in Glass Onion, he like takes on that role of like the most important character opposite Daniel Craig.
Yeah. What was Dan? What was your thought? It's always the second build who's the murderer in the Knives Out movies. Third.
Yeah, it's always third build.
Gotcha. And Glenn Close
That
was
is
third
the
build in
killer.
Wake Up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's always the third build that's the killer, and then
Yep.
the person with the "and" credit at the end
That's
is the
the
one who
dead
gets
one?
killed.
Gotcha. And Josh Brolin and Dave Bautista. Gotcha.
And
Because I always
Christopher
thought it was just the person who was in a Marvel movie. I thought it was just.
That's another one.
Yeah,
Which technically Glenn Close was. She's Nova Prime.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, because I thought it was going to be Jeremy Renner.
Right.
I thought this was just a long ploy of Ryan Johnson just casting Marvel characters
Well,
as
to kill them all.
murderers.
He's Thanos.
I mean, spoiler alert: he is involved in the plot.
He is.
So
Yeah.
this is the first one where there's multiple. Well, actually, all three of them have been in Marvel movies, because you have Thomas Hayden Church was Sandman.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, now it's like Oxygen. It's like everyone's in
Yeah,
a fucking Marvel.
Yeah, you can't really like throw a rock and find someone who hasn't been in a Marvel
No.
movie.
But you could.
Except Josh O'Connor
been in
or
a-
Drew Starkey.
I was in a Marvel movie. Sweet.
Yeah. Well, I would say, Dan, if you want to start the timer now, someone who wasn't in a Marvel movie so far has been Drew Starkey. I got to say, quite honestly, I don't have enough tea leaves to read on Drew Starkey. Because we've seen him in we might have seen him in supporting roles and stuff like Love, Simon, The Hate You Give, Devil All the Time. He started to co-star in movies with Queer, which is a big A24 Luca Guadagnino movie, and he's also been quite successful in The Outer Banks. He's done 4 seasons. 5th season's coming out this year. It'll be the last one. Like you said, those up and coming projects. But for
30
me,
seconds.
I don't know if he will have that name recognition to really break through. I would say Josh O'Connor has been mistaken for Callum Turner twice in the past 24 hours in my experience. So I would say that he might not have the name recognition. I think maybe when it comes to cinephiles, yeah. But I think for the big overall
10
Hollywood
seconds.
story, I think that's where we're really going to see the breakthrough this year. And I think everything else has been the rising action for this climax of Josh O'Connor's career. Thank you.
You know, not that it matters. You know who I would pick?
Who?
Odessa Azion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
'Cause I was looking at-
absolute crush on her right now.
I'm just saying, I'm reading the tea leaves here. Like, how often you see an actor's audition
Yeah.
put
that
as,
was-
as like a showcase, you know?
That was awesome too.
Yeah, she was really good.
Did you know? Fun fact about her: did you know her mother plays Bobby Hill in King of the Hill?
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, another cool fun fact, Cameron knows this. At the place we work,
Which will go unnamed.
yes.
Yep.
I don't know the woman's name, but we work with the lady from Men in Black who gets her mind wiped, and the bus driver from Forrest Gump. We work with her daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And-
I don't know who.
She's also worked with Lars von Trier multiple times. She's in Dancer in the Dark and Dogville.
Really?
And like other things. Yeah.
Dancer in the Dark. That's
Siobhan Hogan.
Siobhan
a-
Hogan.
okay.
Yeah.
Dancer in the Dark. That's a rough movie to have been in. I wouldn't want to have been in that.
Yay!
Well, while we're on this topic, I probably would actually pick Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell.
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, because everyone shits on me picking him for James Bond. I still think he'd be a great James Bond.
A brutal one, yeah.
We
sure.
want to see. I want to see a brutal James Bond. You know, that's the best parts of Casino. That's why Casino Royale is so good.
But they're
because
doing
he's
a different James Bond, Manny.
But
Speaking of, sorry,
no,
James
no,
Bond.
please,
Is
no.
Josh O'Connor still in the running to be James Bond?
I would hope so, but I doubt it.
Okay, that was what I thought too.
I think he's
honestly at this rate. I think Callum Turner.
yeah.
Because they got him mixed up.
Right.
Well, because he looks more suave than Josh O'Connor just naturally.
Yeah.
What if they made up Josh O'Connor? Like, put his hair back. I'll be like, oh my God.
That would be very interesting to see him in kind of a mainstream movie, which I think he would really fit into. I think he's got kind of that mid 70s kind of like swagger almost, where he's kind of uninterested in the camera. He's kind of doing his own thing, like something like La Chimera, where he's kind of playing this kind of dirty kind of ne'er-do-well. And I think that's a really interesting, and I think that's why I'm always interested in a Josh O'Connor movie when it comes out. And he's somebody that I follow a lot. But I don't know. I don't think he's broken through yet.
Josh O'Connor? I just like, well, this is a good question for you guys. Like, when do you think Timothée Chalamet broke through?
Dune
I don't think he has yet.
for me.
You don't think he has yet?
Yeah, Dan doesn't think he has.
No,
Yeah,
no,
What
no,
would he
Not till
have to
wins
do?
that Oscar.
He believes the Oscar will set him out.
no.
What about when he was nominated for an Oscar? Like in
Yeah,
his
for,
first year
for Call Me?
by Your Name.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one. I was thinking like, oh, for A Complete Unknown. Okay.
I
Right,
think
he's been nominated for 2 or
I
3.
would say
Yeah.
I would say Timothée Chalamet really hit the mainstream, like for me at least, when I want to say Lady Bird came out. That's when I'm like, oh, I know that guy's face.
You recognized him.
Yeah, because I knew him from something before.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because he's just such a small part in that.
Right.
Well, actually, no, that was actually one of his first roles. And then when we saw Beautiful Boy, he's riding off of Steve
Yeah.
Carell there.
Yeah.
And then The King was his first leading role, I think.
Yeah. Bad movie, but
Yeah.
No, the Call Me by Your Name was before The King.
was it?
Yeah, Call Me by Your Name and Lady Bird were like months.
Oh, yeah, they
months
were
apart from one
2017.
another. Yeah, King was
Oh,
later.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'd say Dune was when he like really hit, like everyone knows who this guy is.
Right. I guess it just depends on how we're quantifying that then, because
Yeah.
Josh O'Connor, I think, is definitely like going to get there or is already there. But I think is like my parents know who Josh O'Connor is.
Okay.
I don't like. Did you guys know who Drew Starkey was? Because I don't like.
I did
knew him from Queer, just face
That's all I knew him
recognition.
from.
But then when I looked into what he's actually doing next, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. He's somebody that I am interested, because all those projects are very interesting to me. Especially also, I think he's doing the Deep Cuts adaptation as well.
That's the Sean Durkin one.
That's Sean Durkin's doing that.
yeah.
Oh.
And that shoots this month.
Yeah.
And it's with him and Kaylee Spaney. and it's a 2000 set.
Speaking of up and coming.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaylee Spaney's good.
But yeah, 2000 set love story. I think he's a musician and she's like his like close friend / lover.
Yeah.
And Odessa Zion actually signed on to that and then dropped out days later in a kind of messy like that was just like a week ago.
That would have been a cool like reunion because they were in Hellraiser together. I think they were.
Really?
Drew Starkey was like her boyfriend in that. I think.
Yeah, he is in Hellraiser. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it.
That's where I knew him from.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
So then my thing is that I don't think those movies are going to make him a star. I don't think so. I think they're going to be more of those independent kind of things where it's an early Timothy where I think it's going to take a long time for him to get there. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be ready for the prime time.
I think the other ones mileage may vary, but Deep Cuts, I think, again, this is just reading the tea leaves, but I think it's going to be a pretty big movie. It's based on a book. The book has like a ton of like Goodreads like swag. Like
Yeah, it's very well loved.
Yeah. And Sean Durkin, like he's coming off the Iron Claw, which like I don't think I would have expected that to be as big of a deal as it was going into it. But that is the type of movie that like, what was the year that came out? Like 23. A lot of people, I think if they saw like 4 movies in 2023, I think Iron Claw was one of them. So speaking of up and coming, I think Sean Durkin. Like, I think this will be a big deal when it comes out.
I'd agree
And it's
with that.
A24.
Agreed.
But I think this summer we're really going to see Josh O'Connor a lot with the press for Disclosure Day. I think people are really going to start falling in love with him. I think SNL is so poorly produced that I think SNL can't make people a star anymore. Like I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have the cultural cachet it has anymore. So I think like when they remake Stuart Little or something and Josh O'Connor will star in it, I think that'll also really push him into the stratosphere, which I'm pitching right now. Stuart Little remake. But no, I think Josh O'Connor just has that great leading man gravitas that I don't know if Drew Starkey has.
What does Josh O'Connor have set after Disclosure Day? Is there anything that he signed on to?
The other one that's in post-production is the next Joel Coen movie.
Oh, what is that about?
I don't know. But it's
that's
being shot
exciting.
in Ireland, I think, or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah. Which
Those
also, I mean, admittedly, Joel Coen has kind of fallen out of the limelight. I think the Coen brothers movies have, I don't know, when was the last big like cultural Coen brothers movie? No
Was it-
Country for Old Men.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the big one. I mean, like the last one that I can think of that was like a masterpiece was like Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
And that was over 10 years ago at this point.
Right.
So, but I'm not writing them off, especially Joel. Like, I mean, but his Macbeth one was cool.
It's good.
So,
Well, they got to work together.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
you gotta get the
They need
boys
each
back.
other. Yeah.
And it's sad that like the Safdie brothers, like they kind of don't need each other. You know,
It's weird.
yeah.
Because I feel like they do, but I think, yeah.
well, clearly Josh is like 70%. You know,
Right.
and Benny is like 30.
yeah, he's
You
the
know what
heart.
I mean? And
I
like,
think.
I love Benny, but you know,
Yeah, I love him.
just
But Smashing Machine
Smashing was just not good.
didn't work.
But the curse, though. Like,
Curse is so
I'm
good.
not gonna write off Benny because
Yeah.
like I didn't love the Smashing Machine, but like there was stuff to like about it. But like he brings something to. He has like a weird like swirling darkness to him that I don't think Josh has. And like Marty Supreme was great, but like whatever Benny's doing, I'm always gonna be curious about it. Almost in like I feel like Benny has more of a capacity to like surprise me.
Yeah,
more
I
than
agree.
Josh.
I agree with that. What? Talk to me about Drew Starkey as an actor, Ben. Like, what do you really get from him?
Well, that's why I'm saying he's the next Hollywood star because all of this is kind of in the future. Like, I mean, the ones you mentioned earlier, like he was like minor role in what like Hate You Give,
Yeah, love Simon.
Love Simon, The Devil All the Time. Like those were really minor roles. And Queer, again, like we talked about last week with Luca, Drew Starkey's good in that because he kind of disappears because his character in that as Allerton is kind of like the object of like
Desire.
can't remember his character's name.
The-
William Lee.
Burroughs. Yeah,
Yeah. But he's kind of like the object of his like affection or whatever. So it's all through his eyes watching Drew Starkey. So you don't really, he's kind of that like mysterious, like aloof character. So, and he does a great job at that. But so at this point, he's still an unknown quantity, I think. But just the amount of things that are coming up that he's leading and the amount of like, I think a lot of these are guaranteed to be hits because, you know, like he's opposite Kaylee Spaney, opposite Anya Taylor-Joy, Margaret Qualley, Daisy Edgar Jones. Like, I think these movies are all going to be big deals. And I think over the next year or so, he's going to kind of announce himself to people. I don't know what he's going to have to say, but I feel like it's going to be something.
Yeah. I think my thing is that to me screams supporting. I don't know if he's going to be a star. I think Josh O'Connor is going to be able to really announce himself with Disclosure Day, and I think he's really going to be able to parlay kind of the way that he's been able to work his craft with people like Kelly Reichardt, and then like especially Ryan Johnson. Like when I was watching Wake Up Dead Man, I'm like, this guy can carry a movie on his back. Like I think Wake Up Dead Man does have some flaws with the plotting, but his tenacity as a performer kept me engaged. And I think if he's going to get eventually a blockbuster, I don't know if he's interested in a blockbuster, but I think he could really make it shine. I think he could cut through a lot of maybe the junk or the baggage that blockbusters might have when it comes to my, what do you say? Like my like hesitancy to like a blockbuster.
Right.
Josh O'Connor can dissolve that, I think.
Well, between these two, what are your arguments for? Because this is like the next. So we're already getting to like who would be the next one, but now we need to get to who would be the next big Hollywood actor, who has the more cachet with audiences here.
Yeah, and I think Josh O'Connor has built that up, and then I also think that this project will also, with Steven Spielberg behind it, will also really kickstart him, and I think that goodwill that he's established, the fan base, combined with the box office potential, I think could really rocket him forward.
Right. I mean, I just think you're underestimating the things that he's already done. Like, I agree with everything you're saying, but like Challengers was almost 2 or 3 years ago at this point, and that was a big deal. And like people know that movie and have seen it, and he's like opposite Zendaya in it. Like he's a beloved kind of part of it. And like what the other things he's done, like The Mastermind, like. Mastermind is a smaller thing, but also like I don't want to. I know it's Kelly Reichardt, and it's like the little movie where it's like, oh, we're gonna walk around and like do like nothing and walk down the sidewalk. Yeah. But I got the trailer for that movie in IMAX before One Battle After Another, which is surprising, but it did happen. And like I feel like people are aware of that movie despite it being Kelly Reichardt and a small movie and everything. And again, Wake Up Dead Man, like it has that Netflix effect where it might feel like it kind of just disappeared into like a hole, but the first Knives Out made like how many hundred millions of dollars, and this is the third one at this point. So like I would consider that like one of the biggest franchises that's going on right now, especially the biggest, like one of the biggest good franchises when you discount like the Super Mario Brothers movie or whatever. So like, and to have him in the role that Ed Norton was in before, in the like second lead, like I think it's a big deal. And the Spielberg movie is like, that still hasn't come out, but the trailers for that are up. Like it's been shot, like people are aware of it. And he's the lead in it opposite Emily Blunt because of all the things he's already done, kind of is what I think.
Yes, the Knives Out movie made a ton of money, $312 million on a $40 million budget.
Crazy.
I love that.
Imagine if they were still putting them in theaters.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ted.
And you know me, I don't like Ryan Johnson.
No, you're not a Ryan Johnson head.
Really?
But I want more.
Those Knives Out.
They're good. They're
They
really
slap.
good.
They slap,
And
man.
that's like, and that's why the thing, like, and maybe I shouldn't say that I don't like Ryan Johnson. I just dislike the stuff, his direction that he's made with Star Wars.
the gravity around
Irreparable
it.
damage.
Yeah, it's just that whole movie like really ruined his reputation for a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
me included. And it's taken a lot for me to get over that because like at the end of the day, there's footage of me being like, fuck this guy, I fucking hate him. But at the end of the day, I understand he's just an artist. He's just trying to make shit. And like I can totally respect that. And it's ironically it's taken these movies for me to be like, okay.
Yeah. The big problem was Star Wars is a giant cruise ship, and they let one guy steer it for a couple hours.
Yeah,
I was like, sometimes you need
and
people
they're still off course.
They're still right. Listen,
I don't want to. This is going to derail a conversation and bring it into Last Jedi town, which is like every conversation is at risk of that at any moment, no matter what you're talking about.
What are you like Last Jedi?
I do like Last Jedi.
I appreciate that it took swings. I appreciate it tried something.
Yeah.
It's just not what I had not that like it didn't go the way I wanted it to. It just kind of interpreted things that were established that I interpreted completely differently.
Right. You know
All
what?
right.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yeah.
You know what made me understand people who don't like Last Jedi? Like, I feel like for a long time I didn't get it, but now I really do get it because when I saw the third Avatar movie, I'm a big Avatar fan, and when I watched that, I was like, Jake Sully would never do that. And I really felt like a kinship to like people who don't like The Last Jedi. I was like, I get it.
That's so funny.
All right. So I have a question going
Oh.
back to last week. So versatility in these actors is also very important.
Oh.
Yes.
How exactly do you guys think these guys are going to be versatile in their future endeavors?
Well, I mean, it's tough because I don't know exactly what Joel Cohen is doing with his project. I don't know.
Not necessarily in the actual ones they have coming up, just like for them as performers. Like, do you think
Right.
they can become versatile enough to
Yes.
work with like anyone?
Right. Okay. I understand the question. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I think Josh O'Connor has proven that he can be funny with bad copy with SNL. I think he's proven that he can have kind of that smoldering kind of ne'er-do-well charm in something like La Chimera, and especially Challengers. He plays a really, really great character in Challengers. It's kind of down on his luck, kind of keep pining after Zendaya. I think that could also make him maybe a good rom-com lead. I'd love to see him in a rom-com. And then when it comes to Wake Up Dead Man, I think he's really, really moving as somebody who believes, somebody who has faith, and also kind of the detective thing. I think he could do a noir or whatnot, maybe not another Knives Out, but and then I think we'll see what happens with Disclosure Day, but I think he'll be able to maybe show off some of his action chops, which could start to be a calling card for other action big projects.
With Drew Starkey, I agree with everything you said about Josh O'Connor, especially the like him leading with Zendaya in like Challengers. Like that to me is what I think of when I think of Josh O'Connor. Like that's his kind of lane. And with Drew Starkey, again, he hasn't been in that much, which is why I picked him. But the things that he has lined up, it's a really kind of wide variety of stuff. And I mean, like when you look at Deep Cuts, like he's going to be playing a musician. It's going to be a love story. Stan is kind of, which is the Karen Kusama movie with Daisy Edgar Jones. It seems like he's on the other side of that in that, where Daisy Edgar Jones is a singer and he's like a conspiracy fan who thinks that there's like messages in her songs. So it seems like those two roles are going to be like very different from one another and going to require different things. In King Snake, which is the Jeff Nichols one, which is coming out, him and Margaret Qualley inherit it's a horror movie. They inherit like a farm. And the log line, it just says they have to conquer the demons, both physical and metaphysical, that haunt its legacy.
Oh.
So sounds interesting, but you know, I don't know what kind of role he's going to play in that, but it seems like it's going to be, you know, part romance, part horror. It seems like it's going to be a different kind of horror from the, which I don't think I mentioned this earlier, Onslaught, which is an Adam Wingard movie that he's signed on to.
Oh.
This, I think he's going to be more of a supporting role. And apparently it's been shot and it's coming out soon, but there's no date or anything. But he's like 4th or 5th build after like Rebecca Hall. But this is more in like a You're Next, The Guest type of like register. Like
Not a Godzilla versus Kong.
no. Thankfully not.
Okay.
But it seems like he's going to be playing all sorts of different kinds of roles in different, you know, settings, different kinds of horror roles, different kinds of romance roles. And again, like I can't really talk about it because none of them are out yet, but that's why he's the next, he's the next one.
What about stuff in his past though that makes him versatile?
Yeah, what is he already? So Josh O'Connor, Cameron made a good point that Josh O'Connor's definitely already proven himself to be versatile. What are the projects that Drew Starkey has shown already?
Yeah. Well, for me, so far, it's just Queer. And I mean, I saw his other movies where he was a more of a supporting role, but I saw those a long time ago before I knew who he was, so I couldn't pick him out in those. But in Queer, I think it showed, it's a kind of a demanding performance, and he does well because he kind of has to be a very important character. He needs to command like attention without doing much. He doesn't have a lot of dialogue. When he does, he's kind of like aloof and like separate from the whole thing, which is very different from the things that he's been cast in going forward. So I think I'm willing to bet that there was like a reason that he was cast for those. And it shows that he can already do kind of the commanding your attention without doing much in Queer, where he's a very like he's a visual screen presence. We'll check back again in 10 years.
Yes.
See how this is going.
Relitigate.
Okay, I think that was kind of the closing arguments. That's cool with you guys. Guess
Sure.
we're running a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a great point. I think it's again like this is just it. There's one person I'm thinking like I'm leaning towards naturally, and then there's another point I'm like, lots of great points, and I didn't see that coming. And I'm seeing a pattern with you, Ben, where you're like, in about 10 years.
Yeah.
About 10 years.
Well, you said next, so it's really how you quantify the term next Hollywood star. Like that's what it comes down to, I guess.
Like, so here's the thing. Drew Starkey, he has so many different irons in the fire. It's like he's about to pop. Like he's about to show everybody, like, I'm that guy. But the thing is, I don't think we quite have enough of him to like understand who he is. Like the hardcore cinephiles, like you guys, like I had to look him up. I'm like not a cinephile, but I'm like in that world a little bit, and I had to look him up a little bit. Josh O'Connor, though, you make a great point. Like he kind of already has shown he's gonna have definitely a gradual come up. It's not gonna be like, well, I don't know. And then there's also like, Hollywood's betting big on these people. Some of them fall off. We don't know. It's a very hard decision.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn
Remember
Powell
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
What happened to Glenn
See,
Powell?
but that's the thing. Like, is Glenn Powell? Has he already broken
That's the
in?
thing.
He's been like
He's already
about
on
to
the-
break in for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
I think he's already on the down crest, though. Is the thing?
Oh, so he's peaked at Running Man.
No, not running.
Well, yeah, because I mean, what he's got the A24 next. That How to Make a Killing thing.
That looks good.
I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Margaret Qualley's?
Margaret Qualley.
Yeah. Yeah, she's great too. And we mentioned Kaylee Spaney, and there's so many
Kaylee
cool
Spaney.
actors, and like it's not until we get into a conversation like this I'm like, oh yeah, them. Oh, that person. Like,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
That's the tough thing with this question. It's like, who is going to be the next? Like, it's a two-part question. The next big Hollywood actor, and so I think, like, okay, so I don't think Josh O'Connor is quite a household name yet, and I think that's what's saving him here
Okay.
because
What does Dan think?
My opinion is invalid.
Shit.
Don't talk down on yourself.
I suck.
Oh.
Drew Starkey, he has so much potential. He's going to lead a bunch of big name movies. It's if I was a betting man, I'm not sure if I would go with him yet. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it in my bones. So great arguments, though. I think, and again, like I think 10 years, this whole argument could be moot. Like Josh O'Connor, who the fuck is that guy? Drew Starkey's the new guy, but right now it's like the tea leaves are leaning towards Josh because he's next in line. I think because Josh definitely has a lead on Drew.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Josh
right.
O'Connor.
Rent a workspace and purchase tools, which I don't have. That sort of thing.
And this is real.
JOC. Everyone watch The Mastermind. It's great. God damn it.
Mastermind, challengers, wake up.
Yes.
Big Man. All good.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was another exciting duel of the debates where we may have or may not talked about Last Jedi for a little bit.
Please stand by.
That'll be in the extended.
Yeah, on our Patreon. You want the extended cut?
You're talking about Last Jedi for 20 minutes.
You can find us Duel of the Debates at Duel of the Debates on Instagram and TikTok. You can find me, Danny, at Danny_Was, my letterbox and serialized at DJ Was, or on my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was.
Don't find me.
Okay, don't find Dan.
Go find Dan.
He's Dan the Donut Man _1 and at Donut Man 96 on Letterboxd.
What did I just say?
Well, too bad.
Nah, that's fine.
Ben, Cameron, where would you like to be shown?
Yeah,
Found?
you can find me on Letterboxd at Water in the Well, or you can find me on Substack at Benjamin Furgang.
Find me on Letterboxd. Cam Kircher.
All right.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
I'll find you.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.